We think it has everything we're looking for in the community. We never had any desire to live somewhere else.
To be out with the hip Madison crowds.
Oh, no. We can go to Madison and we can leave Madison. We can go to Milwaukee, we can leave Milwaukee, and likewise Chicago. So I think it's ideally located. We like the people here. We've always been treated well here. We have friends here.
So now, shifting gears a little bit, the school board and school district is looking for a new superintendent. Is there some suggestions that you would give based on your experience? Maybe there are some mistakes, or I always try to avoid making my own mistakes and learn mistakes of other people if I can, which is not always the case. So, is any suggestions that you would give?
Well, I think they're doing the right thing by using a consulting firm or outside search firm. I think then you have two entities both wanting to find a good fit. Obviously, the school board is looking for the kind of person they think would be a good fit for this particular school district. Mm-hmm. Then when you involve another firm, they're looking to, they have a reputation to uphold too. They're going to do their best to find somebody that they think would be a good fit. In other words, find you the kind of person and the kind of leadership that you're looking for. So you're kind of double teaming an opportunity.
And with the same goal in mind.
Yeah, with the same goal in mind.
And any suggestions or what would make a good candidate? Well,
I think what makes a good candidate is primarily what it comes down to is what do you think would be the best fit for your community. The school board knows the community well. Each of them comes from different life experiences. They know different people. So they bring a collective view.
Kind of a skill set.
Yeah. And the city council obviously went through that experience. And I think each of them, in their own minds, knows pretty much what they're looking for. You obviously can't be sure, so you have to go on somebody's past track record. But I think that working with an objective search firm and then working collectively among the board, who's the best fit? What do we need now? And I think that they're probably very much aware of the kind of person they're looking for.
And they probably want to find somebody who will be around for a long time. And
I think they're looking for commitments and longevity. We have a history of longevity here, which is a tribute to the quality of the school boards that have served this district over the years. We have a board that isn't there because of a paycheck and that type of thing. They're here to serve the community. So I think that a school board sitting down, talking collectively, what do they need, and each era, each time pretty much dictates what you're looking for. It's kind of like the church congregation looking for the new preacher. Well, if the youth program is in good shape, but your finances aren't, you're going to put a high priority on your next year. You're going to find somebody that has a pretty good track record in finance. So it's not as clear cut as that in the school district, but as times change, looking to the future, where do you want to be, where are you going, and what kind of challenges and opportunities exist at the present time. So.
Now, Janesville is going to be facing some challenges because of the GM situation, because of the overall national economy situation. How does what can a superintendent do to make that situation better for the school district that they're in?
Yeah. I think that there are very few superintendents anywhere that I can think of that aren't dealing with very scarce resources. I mean, if it's not at the national level, it's at the local level. I don't think state level. There are a lot of states that are in dire straits financially, and their school districts have had to bear some of the burden of very scarce resources, as we're going to be seeing in Wisconsin with our record deficit that we're going into in the next biennium. So I think that whoever comes here will probably have done a very good study of the community. They have their own interests. In fact, I think the superintendent that this school board will be looking for is going to be a person that is comfortable where he or she is. Probably not necessarily looking to make a move for the sake of a move. That's where that the consultants come in. You know, they know these people.
Would you feel it'd be best to find somebody who is from Midwest, or that would not be necessarily a determining factor, would make somebody good at this job at all? Or?
I don't think so. I think I wouldn't, you know, think that somebody from the Midwest would be a better choice than somebody from elsewhere.
Long winters you don't think would scare people off? And...
Well, they might have some considerations for somebody from Florida or some place
Right.
like that. Yeah, I think that would be another factor.
So, what's the funnest thing to do for a superintendent, or for you as a superintendent?
You mean in your capacity as a superintendent? I always got a kick out of visiting classrooms. I mean, if I go into anecdotal and tell stories that, you know, when I would go and visit a school, just informally, and the principal would take me around and we'd go into classrooms, and some of the things that, you know, we would see and some of the things that kids would come up with, that was entertaining for me. Or that I'd get pulled into something. You know, you go into a kindergarten classroom and they're uninhibited, you know. I remember once my wife bought me a suede jacket, you know, and they were kind of new at that time. You know, you walk in a kindergarten classroom and then some little kid will walk up to you and they'll look at your belt buckle or something. I always
So you're like exhibit, you know?
Yeah, and the other thing I enjoyed doing was visiting with new teachers. I try to make it a point, not for evaluation or supervision purposes, just to get to know them. So just spending some time with the new teachers, watching them teach and visiting with them afterwards, and it just felt, you know, very good about the talent and the enthusiasm that these people were bringing into the district. And the other thing I should mention is I just enjoyed watching a master teacher at work, and we still have a lot of master teachers, and there's nothing to me that makes me feel more comfortable about, you know, doing what I'm doing than seeing those people interact with students and watching students.
I don't want to sound ignorant, but what exactly is a master teacher?
Just a very good teacher. You can't put a handle on it.
So just a high level performer.
They have different
right?
personalities. You know, some of them were you know, they all aren't pat on the back people. Some of them were probably deemed by the students to, you know, to be a little strict or something, but very good at what they did, and they were there to teach and they taught, and each of them using their own personalities, you know, at the highest level over an extended period of time. That's all I can tell you about a master teacher, but well, you can certainly tell one when you see one.
Yeah.
To just watch the kids. I don't want to name names because I would leave people out, but the list is very long, and we have a lot of them in this school district. They just do a great job, and so I enjoy watching the kids learn. I enjoy watching good teachers teach. I guess maybe I answered your question in two parts.
So, Don, what's next? It seems like there's always something going on, and you're kind of having a full life, that there's always another adventure.
Oh, well, for me, probably doing some travel. My wife was in the travel business for many years, and we put a group together each year, and those are always learning experiences for me, and we like to travel. So we aren't going to do one this year because of the economic conditions, but
Okay.
the one that they were talking about was Finland and Russia. So see, I was going to come and have you guide us.
Yeah. I'd be glad to do that.
They still let you back in the country. Now, I'm not sure about this. That wouldn't be a problem, would it?
No, it wouldn't be. I haven't, you know, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Enjoyed it.
Rich, thank you for joining us here on Discover Janesville. I appreciate you being here very much. Now, the things I know about you, you're interested in photography, and,
Yes.
and you're a history buff as far, you know, you spoke very eloquently in front of the council several occasions, and I understand at least
Sure.
two of those you weren't even planning on speaking.
Yes.
What makes you interested in Janesville historic architecture,